Dear diarrhea, diarrhea full of shit. Just play along, me, myself, and I. No one else. You know, I'm so legit. I'm home right now. This was supposed to be my Monday. Monday. Did you eat something? Yeah, I did. Bought a bunch of fruit today and oatmeal. So I was loading up my pick 'em up truck with my big duffel bag and, injured my back. I injured my back. I threw a disc out or whatever, when I was like 21, 22 years old, carrying an old school TV. Like from the, early aughts or something, They didn't used to be flat, mount on the wall types. Back in the 50s and 60s, they were like, you had to lay them on the ground. It took two people to carry him, 2 men and a boy. And then, they became like this big boxy thing, and they had this big, fucking thing and whatnot. And they were a pain in the ass to carry. They were heavy motherfuckers. And I was carrying that thing, and it popped, and I had to go to the chiropractor. And it happened again one time, because apparently it's like just an injury that doesn't ever completely really heal. And if you take care of it, and go to a chiropractor once a month, and do your stretches and all that and exercises, you take care of your body, it'll take care of you. But I stopped doing that because I'm a bitch, and progress, not perfection, is something that I need to concentrate on, because I'm bad about that. Fuck it, I'll do it next Monday. I'll start fresh, Oh, I fell off the wagon the 10th of the month. I'll start fresh on the 15th. And I've done audio presentations where I mentioned that. It's like, well, you'll never get anywhere. And the argument, kind of that you could, a cop-out that is a bad one is, well, I know I have to be awesome, because if I'm not awesome, then it's like all or nothing. Yeah, that doesn't work. You have to, even if you don't, knock things out the park that day, progress, not perfection. So there you go. Go ahead and look that up, see where it pops up. Probably pops up a lot of different places. But, so this is the third time at least that I know of where it's like popped, The one time I was shoveling snow like a machine, and I had it flipped over, and I was chipping ice and whatnot. Like the second or third winter, with the company who currently employs me. And then like 2 weeks later, getting off the couch, it twisted just right. So I went to that dude, and he was a fucker, and then I found this dude, and he's the one I trust. And anyway, throwing that, loading my vehicle, it popped, and I walked inside, and I knew. I knew just as soon as it happened. I'm like, yep, I'm calling work. I ain't coming in today. And as it turns out, the guy that I trust is closed today and tomorrow. Doesn't open until like noon, on Monday. So I called him and said, just put me on hold for now. And I said, I can get receipts, quote unquote notes from doctors, so I can prove that this is legit. I'm not just wanting to extend my weekend and, don't want to show up for work because it's snowing. And he was like, oh yeah, totally, whatever. If I have to take a leave of absence or whatever, that's fine. Because the work that I do, I have a little lower lumbar support, but still, you need to, like I said, if you don't take care of your body, it won't take care of you. But I'm so glad it happened this morning instead of, I just, as it happened, I had a load because I asked, did they have a load on me? And it was going down to, southwest Colorado, so I would have had to chain 4 times today. And it would have happened most likely, well, who knows when it would have happened. Maybe it would have happened when I was loading my truck, with all my shit. And I would have had to just come back home. But It would be shitty if it happened on the first pass, when I was, I have knee pads that I use and whatnot. And like overall stuff, whatever. Just wear them if you know you're going to be doing shit like that, because they're easy, to get the snow off, all wet and shit. Put the pads on, drive up on the block, I don't have one yet. Just get me a plastic one. Throw the chains. It would have been a bitch if it happened then, because I would have been committed. I would have had to unchain, chain, unchain, chain, unchain, chain, unchain, and then drive back and call them and say, don't put a load on me. I'll be able to get back, That would have took me, well, with the weather, it would have took me basically all day. We got home after dark, came home, called my chiropractor, see what his hours are, and just call the office and be like, look, when I get back, I'm parking this truck, and I'd have to unload it because I don't know how long I'd be, that way they can utilize it, if I'm not in it for the full week. Now, there's been days, where I've taken just like 1 or 2 PTO days, and I'll leave my shit in it, I'll lock it, take the key home. They have extra keys, and I'll park it, somewhere or whatever. Guilty as charged, because it's such a pain in the ass to load and unload that shit. Anyway, you have no idea how fucking glad I am it happened. Loading my shit. Oh boy. Instead of being committed and having to deal with that shit. Because I can like walk around. It's just sort of a dull, it's not even a pain. It's just that I know it's there. If I'm walking around, it's a dull pain, like on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 2 or 3. Getting up in and out of chairs and stuff, I kind of have to like launch myself off my knees, and it's my lower back, yeah. And the thing is, I went to the chiropractor yesterday because it was kind of getting a little bit kind of like, yeah, okay. And I think that's what happened because I haven't been taking care of myself, the past couple months. I went to the doctor. He loosened everything up. It's like you got to kind of do it 100%, or whatever. But and he did something a little bit different, and I'm going to talk to him and say, hey, do it this way. I think that works best. I'll just say I feel better. That's, because I've been to a few chiropractors over the years. I did this, when I was, a young buckaroo. So I'll just be honest with him. Yeah, so today was kind of like not so much a snow day, when I was a kid, because then once you got the word, you'd call up your friends and go sledding and stuff, but it was more like a sick day. In fact, I remember, it's part of my nostalgia, watching Weekend at Bernie's 2, when I was a kid and I was sick and, whatever. And that's what I watched that today. I got me a little video and trimmed it and zoomed in, but there's a few, bikini butt shots and whatnot. And the smut theater and whatnot, the see-through shit, and that Brenda chick is just so cute and adorable and shit. But no, the girl in yellow, like I said, it's kind of, you can't really see if she's got jiggle and the wiggle, but because of the cut, of bikini she's wearing, is bikini, so it's more robust and whatnot, thicker, coarser material because it's made for getting in and out of pools and the ocean and shit. But that's that green panty wear. Well, no, that's bikini wear, and she's got jiggle and the wiggle. But chicks' asses are designed to eat, panties and bikini wear and stuff. So depending on the cut, if it's just like a pillowcase with holes in it, you might be all right. But if it's really high cut, where it really goes up like the back of the ass cheek and then up over the hips, then that's what you get. Even if she doesn't have jiggle and a wiggle, her butt cheeks will gobble that shit up. That way, it's good to have enough material, down low, so when she, her ass cheeks swallowed up, there's still, an inch and a half to 2 inches on either cheek. So she might have jiggle and the wiggle in combination with the side to side movement, or she just might have the side to side movement. But I really like that, you can just, because I've got like a panty bikini fetish, always have as far back as I can remember. So, just seeing her walk, and her ass, backside just going from left to right, left to right. Because her ass cheeks are kind of, the way they're moving, that's the way the material moves. It looks like it's going left, right, left, right. So, yeah. I'm sure I've saved that before, but had it on an old phone or something, so that's cool. Anyway. So, got the whole weekend. I do, because I'm, hurt, right? I can't really do a whole lot. Just like I said, it's not a big deal, but, and I'm not being a pussy, you know what I mean? This is nothing. I need to get this fixed. This does not go away, and there's really no way for it to fix it myself, because I tried the first time. I didn't go to the chiropractor until, after a week. Finally, I buckled down. I mean, I was draping myself over backwards over the couch and shit, and doing, rolls, on my back, where I'd bring my knees in. None of it worked. Went to the chiropractor. I was like, oh, thanks, doc. Went, every week for, 3 weeks, and then finally ended up going once a month. And then stopped because I was a young buckaroo. I'm like, I don't need to be dropping $50 for something. This is just something they say. And then as I got older, I'm like, yep, it's worth it, $50 a month just to go, have them put it in. And like I said, you got to take care of it. You got to do your stretches and, work your core, like the sit-ups, side bends, where you're on your side and you just raise yourself 4 inches, your head and your legs. And then roll over on your stomach. Put your arms out in front of you and your legs behind you like you're Superman, and raise yourself up, to work your lower back. And then get you, it's like these weird sit-up thing that you jump, and you can sit there with the different stuff and whatnot, and you can do your twirls and stuff. You can do it with a medicine ball if you want, or just hold some weights. It's like a sit-up thing that's raised. So you can kind of do sit-ups to the side, kind of in the shape of a U. And the way it's set up is you can put you can do side bends or whatever, and you can hook your heels under it and do back raises. But that way you're doing everything. You know what I mean? To work your core. Because you're only as strong as your weakest link. So, there you be, chick-chickadee. So I'm gonna cuddle with my lonely ass self, open a window. That'll be nice, when I finally decide to. I'm just coasting. I'm just biding some time right now. It'll suck having to get up early in the morning, but it'll be cool sleeping in my own bed at night. And then on the weekends, I'll stay up a little later, sleep in. Just all sad and alone, just miserable, pissed off, hating on life. Until Bunny Humper. And Cocinaboo, Bunny Humper, you're not a shoo-in. You know what I mean? You just showed up out of the blue, and it's like, don't think. You got a doppelganger who's just prettier, and she's excruciatingly pretty. Okay? She presses up against me, and gives me them smiling eyes, and that fucking smile and shit. You don't know. She cuddles up on next to me at night, especially a cold night like this, because she's gonna leave a comment below any day now. And then I'll just be like, "What's up?" And she'll be like, "So she's, should I catch a flight?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, come on up." Because she lives in Dallas, Texas, so looking at it at a map, Marijuanaville, or Faggotville, or Faggotville, or Marijuanaville is, north of Texas. I think she lives in, Dallas, So, come on up. But, and then fucko, you are my property, you make me horny as fuck. I'm still making new collages of you. Who knows, It's too bad, your friend decided just to check out instead of unfriending you, because now you got that, looming over you. You might not be in the mood, to be super seductive and sexy, you know what I mean? It's like it's only been a couple months. So, I'm sorry that happened. I wish it didn't. But it did. So, and the rest of you bitches, Cinnaboo, fuck, make me some of that wholesome home cooking. All fancy shit. Let's make something for the heart and something that warms the soul. Farkles, she's a little bit more, I don't know why this does this. But, she's fancy. She's got that multicolored, it's like a little skirt thing, like wavy, like, oh shit. Drinking the white wine. I apologize, whatever, she's gonna make such a trophy wife for somebody someday. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, she's plastic from head to toe. Her body alone is worth tens of thousands of dollars. But God damn. I don't know if she's got a man or not. She doesn't show him, but like I said, that's kind of how chicks do for a couple reasons. They like the attention from the girls and the guys. And in case something goes south, either they get dumped or they have to dump the dude. They don't want to have to be like, oh, all of a sudden, oh, it didn't work out, What, you can't choose a good man, or, it's just easier to kind of keep things on the down low, She cooks all fancy and shit. See, when she becomes a mom, she won't be cooking as fancy and shit. I mean, she will, but I just trust me. If there's anybody who knows what it is to become a mom or become a father, and family life, becomes a thing. Hashtag family life. If there's anybody who knows about that shit, it's me. Because why wouldn't I? 18 minutes. But, this whole delicate handling of the food and the shit, No, it'll turn into into the dish. Everything that she'll be using food processors and shit, and she'll still be cooking fancy and shit. It's just it won't be all meticulous, cutting of the carrot, the slicing of the onion. It'll either be this big, huge, like roller thing that she's just rolling across the food chopping board. Just it's all just crunched up, and she just scoops, dumps it in the pan. She's doing all the vegetables at the same time. She just lays them out. Or maybe she'll use a food processor, as we're right now. She takes a little sip of wine, cuts all the carrots all uniform, or whatever else, delicately one by one places the food into the thing, as we're, even if she makes them herself, with the noodles and the flour and shit, she'll do the little filling and the pinching, but then she'll just take all of it and just, dump it in the grease or the oil or whatever. Or she might, start using bag shit, or whatever, which would be kind of, I don't know. I see Farkles rolling her own noodles even when she becomes a mama bear. This is like I said, it'll be, and then use the cutters. So you got your bottom, then you got the top, you got your fillings, the cheese, and the meats, and the vegetables, and mix it in. You bam, shazam, and then you got your dinner. So 20 minutes, 30 minutes from start to finish, to make it, and then include eating time and then dish time. So dinner, if you're going to do it like Farkles could, would, should, it's going to be about an hour process, if not longer, to cook it and make it. I'm just, that's pretty. It always lasts longer, it takes longer than you think. I mean, if it's just something quick and simple, if you've really got your shit down, you can actually make dinner in 20 minutes. Between 20 and 30. So something like that, I misspoke. If you're going to roll your own fucking noodles and all that shit, no. You're going to have to start, an hour in. And then once all everything's all mixed and made and all that stuff, then you start to cook it. Then you eat it, and then you do the dishes. So, yeah. If you're like a chef, like a master chef or something, you might be able to pull off that whole process, in 45 minutes. But anyway, just talking out loud here. And cooking multiple stuff, on the stove. But most, broads, even if they're fancy cooking broads like Farkles, they take their sweet ass time. They're not an executive chef, who's got 3 things going at the same fucking time, So, yeah, hell, an executive, hell, I don't even know. He might be able to make that thing from the order comes through the kitchen to the time it's on the plate. If he's like a restaurant tour or whatever it's called. Well, shit. Nobody wants to wait around for 30 minutes for their food. They want it, 15, 20. Do the appetizer thing, whatever your process is. But that's a whole different animal. But anyway, I'm just thinking out loud, So, anyway, yeah, Farkles, keep up the good work. Holy shit. Did you, I didn't really watch. Did you make your own noodles? Oh, shit. And that stuff, you gotta make the filling, you know what I mean? So, anyway. Bundle baby, oh, fuck. Like I said, talk to your girl, Is that the girl, because I got some pictures of her with the pussy hammock and whatnot. There are a couple of pussy hammock broads. So work out real nice. Holy shit. So, and I'll meet you guys, out there in New York. I'll get me a genuine New York hot dog from a vendor, out on the street. Give me some New York pizza, some chicken wings. Not to sound like a fat motherfucker. Again, get me some noodles from some noodle joint, some ramen, some other shit, I've never been to New York, It's a good thing you're a go-getter. I'll just follow your lead. And then, we'll fuck around and all that shit. Whew. Oh, damn. And I like your demeanor and all that shit. You and SC, don't you chickens know each other? You kind of talk the same. Like, literally, like, she's like, let's make some food. And you're kind of the same way. You're like, I found this cute, tiny little skirt that shows the bottom of your ass cheeks and the bottom of your pussy lips. And I got some giant boots to go with it. And I got this little crop top. It's like, yeah, ooh. So, anyway, good night, Bunny Hover.